In this video, we're going to learn how to compute the future value of a single sum using Excel. I'm using a problem that's very similar to the one that you have been given on Blackboard for your homework assignment. Look at number 1. We have Mary. She's deposited $10,000 today. She's going to get 8% annual interest, and she has 4 years after which she wants to know how much it's going to be worth. We're going to look at it doing both annual compounding, semi-annual compounding, and then we're going to do quarterly compounding. So to start with, I'm going to just start by putting these few little arguments here. These are the parameters that Excel is going to use. And we'll start with the annual compounding. N per is the number of periods, 4 years, annual compounding, so the number of periods is 4. The annual interest rate is 8. The present value is at 10%. And payment and type are both related to annuities. This is not an annuity. I called it a single sum problem. That's because Mary has $10,000 at the beginning and she wants to know what it's worth at the end. When we do an annuity, there is a payment that occurs once every period. And then I have a blank here for future value. So the way I'm going to compute this is I'm going to come over here. I've typed in all the information. To find the future value of Mary's deposit, I'm going to come up here to the formulas on the Excel, and I'm going to go to Financial, and I'm going to go down to future value, and I'm going to click it. And the reason I like to do that is it gives us this pop-out box. And now I'm going to just click on the items that I already have. The rate, 8%. I put my cursor here next to N per, and then I click up here on that value. Payment, I'm leaving blank. Present value, I'm going to put in here 10,000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a negative in front of it. And the reason for doing that is Excel is looking at inflows and outflows. If Mary is putting in 10,000, what does she want at the end? That would be an outflow. So this allows it to come out. It goes in negative, it comes out positive. And type I'm going to leave blank. And so I'm going to click OK. And there's my computation of what Mary's got after 4 years. So I go over now, I want to do semi-annual. So she's going to get every 6 months, she's going to get some interest. So the number of periods now is doubled. So 2 times every year, 4 years. So we simply take the number of years times 2. The rate, basically she's 8% per year. Well, if you multiply 8% times 6 months over 12, that's 4% basically for each 6 months. So remember the interest for the simple interest formula, principal times rate times time. Consider this rate for semi-annual as a combination of the annual rate times the number of months in the period, 6/12 times the interest rate of 8%, so 4%. Present value is still the same, and I'm going to click here, and now I can go to my recently used. I just used FV, so I'm going to use that again. It's at the top, and I'm going to click in the numbers using my cursor, leaving payment, and I'm going to put a minus sign, then I'll click in my PV, leaving those other 2 fields blank. And notice that she makes more money when she does semi-annual compounding, so that extra interest in the middle of the year, she's getting interest on top of that. Now we're going to go over to quarterly. And the number of periods, 4 times each year times 4 years, 16. The rate, you take 8% divided by 4, and so it's 2% every quarter. And I'm again going to go to recently used and plug in these numbers, and that's what she'll have if she has quarterly compounding. So we have the future value of a single sum done in 3 different ways. So this would be something similar to what you'd be doing on your homework for number 1. You just need to change the dollar amounts, the interest rate, and so that's your first of several videos of how to use Excel to solve your problems.